Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Today, durability or playability. What's more important to you? All right, guys, so let's talk about drinkability first. I had to go to the Golden Arches this morning because my kid wanted a Happy Meal toy. So, for $1 for a large and it's hot, it works today. If you want to buy me one of these and maybe my kid a Happy Meal toy, buy me a coffee, Tennis Spin. Links on the bottom. All right, thank you. It ain't horrible. Just in case you guys wanted to know, toy is Space Jam. Not Michael Jordan's Space Jam, but just in case you guys didn't know, it's the LeBron Space Jam that's out. And my kid got Yosemite Sam today. Okay, all right. You can get yours too, for all you basketball fans. All right, so durability versus playability today is our subject. I get so many people coming in here using synthetic guts like TNT, React, the Professional, sometimes in the 18 like this, the super thin stuff. And they're like probably 3.5 players, maybe 3.0 even. And they're like, man, my string breaks so fast. I'm like, let me check the date on that. It was like 3 months. I'm like, that's not fast. I'm like, well, when I was growing up, it used to last me a year or more. I'm like, yeah, when you were growing up, that was like something else, okay? It ain't technologically advanced string like this. Back then, it was a straight up nylon probably. That stuff was pretty hard to break. And if it was on a wooden racket, it'd be even harder to break. So strings have come a long way. They've researched a lot. They're technologically more advanced. They're softer. They actually measure softness, stiffness, bend, flexibility, energy of all these strings now. So it's not your mother's nylon anymore. It's a different playing field. So for a string like an 18 gauge the last 3 months, I would say you got the max out of it. And then so I basically tell them or ask them, do you want something that'll last longer but will not play as good or as well as what you're used to? Because this 18 is going to give you more spin, more power, more feel. We can ramp it up to a 17, which will be a little deader, but will give you a little more durability. Or do you want to go up to a 16 gauge or a 15 light, which will definitely extend the life of the strings to 6 months to a year? Or we could just go with a straight, Big Banger Original 130, in which if you're using this, you may never strain strings again. Because this is just going to stay there and just go dead on you, but never break. So this on one end of the spectrum, this on the other end of the spectrum. So the decision is kind of up to them. I usually say, do you want to sacrifice playability for durability? I would say 90% of the time they say no, and they wind up getting one of these again. Sometimes as they get better and evolve in the game, the 3 months becomes 2.5 months, and then becomes 2 months, then becomes a month and a half, then becomes a month. I think at that point, the decision will be made and is usually made to go thicker in the synthetics. Until it really gets down to that month mark, do we even consider changing to a poly or a poly blend? That's what I see on, a daily basis, a monthly basis here in my over 33 years. So most people are hesitant to change just because, that's what they know. That's what they're used to when they play. And I mean, most people just come in just because they can complain about it and probably want to see what I want to say. And they wind up walking out with the same thing as what they had anyways. So just to give you a little bit of background though, I give people this scenario. These are like cars on your, tires on your car. If you want a soft, plush feel, right? Like maybe on your Benz or some kind of luxury car, your tires are pretty much natural gut, guys. It's nice and soft. You don't feel the road too much. You don't feel those bumps, right? But those tires probably aren't gonna last that long. I think there's like a 3-year tread wear thing on it. It usually lasts 3 years is what I know, about 30,000 miles, and then they gotta go. Or you get a nice harsh ride with a firmer tire, so that'll last longer. Like some of those 60,000 mile tires that are on some of those pickup trucks. So 30,000 mile tire, nice soft ride. 60,000 mile tire ain't gonna be so soft. It's gonna be a little harsh. It's meant to be durable. The gut, let's say, is the 30,000 mile tire. So just kind of equate that to you. Softer ain't gonna last, but you're gonna probably hang that turn in that Porsche, a little harder. You hang that turn, probably gonna slide a little bit because it's a little firmer, okay? So durability versus playability. Now, what's gonna happen if you go from this to this? Definitely more durable, definitely more stiff. A little harder on the arm though, guys. Once you get used to it though, you'll be able to spin the ball a little bit more. Now, you're gonna give up a little bit though for that. You're gonna give up, hopefully not your arm, because it is gonna hurt a little bit more. It is gonna shock a little bit more, especially if you're not hitting it on time. Now, what do I mean by on time? Out in front of you, body coming forward, good strokes, okay? If you're gonna hit off the back foot and do this deal and hang off the back foot and hit it with your arm, right? This is gonna hurt you, okay? And you're probably gonna develop tennis elbow or shoulder's gonna get jacked up. So just keep that in mind when you're deciding playability or durability. Now, I have people that come in every week, at least with one racket that is broken, stringing with this. And they constantly just keep going back to it, constantly, over. But they know that. They were college players, that's what they're used to. It's always 55 pounds, there's always this string. They have 3 rackets in their fleet, and they just, once they break it, they change. Once they break it, right, they just put the same thing back on at the same tension. But they know that, and they know that it's gonna last them, maybe 6 hours of play, and it's going to break. So at that point, I mean, the only where to go is this, or you just accept that you're gonna play with this and break it every 6 hours. This might buy you another hour or two if that's who you are. I mean, the only next one up would be Kevlar, and Kevlar would be the deadest string on the market, but the most durable. So at the end of the day, I mean, do you want your tennis to play the same, have good soft feel, keep your spin with your same string, or do you want to change to something a little more durable, maybe sacrifice some of that feel and gain it in other ways, maybe through your stroke? Well, that decision's up to you. You're going to have to make that decision. There are great blends out there in which you can just put these two together and probably wind up somewhere in the middle, and maybe wind up somewhere in the middle of playability and durability too. Okay? Tell me some of your favorite strings that maybe it'll last a little longer, and maybe other people can chime in and give me their thoughts and see if they've tried those before too, because there's so many strings on the market now, but I feel like the durability market isn't quite there, especially when you want some playability in there. But let me know, guys. Let me know what you think. If you guys have any suggestions, feel free. Love to hear them. Okay? Thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. This episode is sponsored by TheSportsletter. As you guys know, I start my day every morning with a small cup of Joe Black. And I also check out TheSportsletter. Easy to subscribe. All you have to do, enter your email and hit subscribe. And what happens every morning, 7 a.m., scores, highlights, what happened in sports will appear in your inbox. What happened to Djokovic? What happened to Barty? Ooh, what happened to McGregor? Oh, looks like the Milwaukee Bucks are finally won a game, 2-1. Oh, they also have contests and free giveaways just by subscribing. So easy. Just go to the TheSportsletter, enter your email, hit subscribe, and the scores, the highlights, the sports news will automatically hit your inbox every morning. So check it out, thesportsletter.com.